If I put my life in your hands, they probably kill me today. And I ain't gonna never give up. I got 10 million to say. And I did this shit on my own. Nobody showed me the way. And knew from the start you was wrong, but you had to lie in my face. These niggas is rookies, feel like I'm cookie. Know I got crip in my blood. These niggas gon' flip when it's rough. And no, I'm not crip, I just stick with my cuz. Over Eastern niggas run, gotta run it up. Rather buy myself a Mary jeans before I fuck a slut. See in person, they don't ever test me, don't ever press me. Niggas be scared. I blow the dope in the air, I'm going to hell, and I really don't care. In the hallway at school, I had my stick on my hip. Yeah. Always skip the ditch if I did what I did. Yeah, bitch on my ditch tryna fuck for a buck, but she gon' get a penny. Pop out with that singing, you know I'm with Reaper, that nigga ain't kidding. If a nigga say he wanna meet, bet you that I am attending. Put a pill in my Sprite and call it a night. Hope Allah forgive me. If I put my life in your hands, they probably kill me today. And I ain't gonna never give up. I got 10 million to say. And I did this shit on my own. Nobody showed me the way. And knew from the start you was wrong, but you had to lie in my face. Yeah, if I put my life in your hands, they probably kill me today. And I ain't gonna never give up till I got 10 million to safe. And I did this shit on my own. Nobody showed me the way. And knew from the start you was wrong, but you had to lie in my face. Yeah. I thought you was my brother, but we had it out for each other. How you let her get inside your head, bro? You know these hoes love us. Always had your back, picked up all of the pieces you cut up. So why the fuck you had to lie and then put that shit on your mother? Yeah. And I put myself above niggas that show me they different than niggas I used to put first. I done been snaked by my own damn brother. He told me forgive him, that's not how it work. Niggas be picking and choosing sides. Man, you was my nigga, my dog since the birth. Oh man, no more. Wonder why. If I put my life in your hands, they probably kill me today. And I ain't gonna never give up till I got 10 million to safe. And I did this shit on my own. Nobody showed me the way. And knew from the start you was wrong, but you had to lie in my face. Yeah, if I put my life in your hands, they probably kill me today. And I ain't gonna never give up till I got 10 million to safe. And I did this shit on my own, nobody showed me the way. And knew from the start you was wrong, but you had to lie in my face. These niggas is rookies, feel like I'm cookie. Know I got crip in my blood. Over East, them niggas turning up, gotta run it up. Over East, niggas turn it up, gotta run it up. Top of the top to y'all, top of the top, top of the top, top of the top to y'all on this beautiful Wednesday morning. All right, so first of all, let me go ahead and kick y'all off with this disclaimer real fast. I know it's been a minute since I tapped into one of these top of the tops with y'all, but you know the bullshit still is, it's like full-fledged. All right. So you tapped into the Make a Culture Move podcast, more specifically top of the top with King Phillip, where we talk about the issues within the Black and brown community that we're not supposed to talk about. And the minute we start talking about them, I mean, like truly talking about them, putting names and stuff behind this shit, that's when those in our own community starts coming for us instead of, let's figure out how we can build these names up that we putting out there. If you want some shit and I want to build you up type of shit, I'm gonna put your name out there. You know what I mean? Or I could just be like, you know what? Don't fuck with them at all because they some shit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying all this to say that if I say something that makes y'all feel some kind of way, please take that time to reevaluate what was said and why it made you feel that way. You know, don't give nobody that kind of power over you, period. All right. And that's, you know, that's something personal. You know, I always get put in situations that I feel some kind of way about something that somebody said, but then I also take that time to look at why what was said made me feel that way. All right. So, you know, when at the same time, when it comes back around, I'm no longer feeling that way because I did check why what was said made me feel that way. And I made those readjustments. A lot of y'all don't make these readjustments. Y'all think I'm just saying this shit to fucking say it. I'm not just saying it to speak air. Phillip don't like talking. All right. That's another little white yerkum that Phillip, if you really knew me, you know what I mean? You would know that Phillip does not like talking. All right. So, I'm saying all that to say you don't have to come to me if you got a problem. You ain't have to. Ooh, I can't wait to get to see Phillip so I can tell him a thing or two about a thing or two about a thing or two. Nigga, shut the fuck down somewhere. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear it. Also, also, go ahead and check out the website. You know what I mean? Because this episode is gonna get nasty. I'm gonna say that much. It's gonna get nasty. All right, go ahead and check out the website, makeachessmove.org. All right. If you're on the social medias and doing that stuff, all things social, go ahead, put in the search bar at Macam303. You will find us. Or you can just go to facebook.com/Macam303, Instagram.com/Macam303, Twitter.com/Macam303, Pinterest.com/Macam303. And we also got our YouTube channel /C/Macam303. All right. All those things, go ahead and check them out. You know what I mean? We air these episodes on the top of the top every Saturday. We're going to start throwing some editing, some spiciness behind that. You know what I mean? So when I say spicy, it'll have like the little things and everything everywhere with the editing. You know what I mean? On fire. You know what I mean? So fire. You know what I mean? It give me the little fire. Whatever the fuck. All right. If you got a business now, check it out. If you have a business and you want us to promote you, we have no problem doing that, man. That's free promotion. Shoot your IG our way. You know what I mean? We put it out there. All right. So if the folks, you know what I mean, if they tapped in this way, we always do this. All right. So check out the East End Visions, you know what I mean? _apparel on the IG. Check out the Gems for Queens. Get you some bedazzles. You know what I mean? Bedazzle you on out. All right, some jewels. They got purses and everything, glasses, all that, the fancy ones too. All right, the fancy ones. All right, and the East End Visions coming back to them. You get you some of them East First, ACO First, Hillside First. Whatever part of the town you representing. You know what I mean. You can get you a shirt, but at the end of the day, the vision behind East End is to bring us all together. Together we can do more than separately. All right. Check out the homies at In-Game Associations. The homie B, he doing his thing. And, check out the homegirl Body Love by Tal. You know what I mean? She doing her thing with these, I love these things right here. The young lip balms. These things are so official. You know what I mean? Things be like black on, like, let me get some action. But, all right. So that's where we at. So today, it has been a minute since Phillip has tapped in. All right. Let me tell y'all what has been going on, what has transpired the past month. All right. Let me tell y'all what has transpired this past month. Oh, I love being black. Everything about it. Almost everything about it. All right, I'm gonna say that. I love almost everything about being black. All right. Some things that come with that almost, you know what I mean? That's the shit that I'm like, oh man, these niggas can have all of that. And part of this is our business ethics. All right, our business ethics. Let me run it. Let me rewind it. All right. So I probably first connected with dude, and I don't even want to put dude's name out there because they say all publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to get that nigga no type of business, whatever the fuck, period. All right. And it's sad that it's gotten to this because out of anything, I'm more heartbroken than anything. You know what I mean? Just because of the fact before I do any kind of business with anybody, I build a relationship. You know what I mean? And the thing is, going into business with somebody who you built a relationship with first. Let me tell y'all. So it's a printing company. It is a printing company. And the dude, you know, it's a black owned printing company. You know what I mean? He done begged the white dude damn near for, you know, to let him run and shit, and bullied the white dude on up out of there. He was already retiring and shit like that. But long story short, you know, he always want to speak some cracker this, cracker that, cracker la, cracker. Speaking all that shit, but at the same time, you know what I mean? You on your knees, you know, begging this white dude for an opportunity type of shit. You know what I mean? But back to the space. We're gonna go in business with them. You know, if y'all heard me push that East Side University, you know what I mean? That was the whole move. Where my thing is, I'm like, man, fuck the whole business thing. Let's teach these babies what they ain't being taught in these schools. All right, let's talk about some credit. Let's talk about financial literacy. Let's talk about what else they can invest in. Let's talk about how they can make money with money instead of just blowing money. You know what I mean? Let's talk about how we can do more with our money. All right. Let's talk about, you know, long story short, it was a whole vibe, but at the same time, I was going to teach them how to run a business from beginning to end, run a silk screen printing business from part A, taking the customer order, to all the way Z, to shipping it out. All right. They would learn how to burn the screens, print the screens, register, all that. They would learn all that. So it's another trade that they will learn in addition to the financial literacy. Mind you, at his shop, he needed a printer. I'm an expert printer. All right, I'm gonna put it like that. I'm an expert printer, silk screen printer. You know, I know how to run that business by myself. Period. I know how to do that. He didn't have a printer. People who he is dealing with, kept falling out on him. You know, he didn't have the time to train them and stuff like that. So that's where Phillip came in. Phillip came in, did thing, didn't need no training, didn't need no, you know what I mean? They just looked and saw what I was doing and was like, oh yeah, he know exactly what he's doing, type of thing. So in the front end, Phillip is already straight with Malcolm. So Phillip wasn't expecting no kind of money from him because already know he's struggling. You know what I mean? He's not in a position to pay me. So I let him know, you know, this is probably after I put in probably after I put in 160 hours for free. All right. I was up there working, you know what I mean? Sweating, all right, for free. All right. I had like let them know, like, man, this free shit is cool, but at the same time, like, I'm doing these orders and you getting paid for it. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be in here in this sweatshop at from 9 to 5. You know what I mean? It's hot as the fuck during them times. I'd rather come in when it's 12 o'clock in the morning time. You know what I mean? 11 o'clock in the evening at night, you know, when it's not cold. So I'm like, let me get some keys. Let me get keys to the building. You know, let me put me on some paperwork. You can't afford me. That's what I'm telling them. All right. You can't afford me. Put me on some paperwork. You can't afford me. Let me go partnership. I don't mind working for free, but put me on some kind of paperwork. Let me get some keys so I can come in here and work when I can. You know, not when, you know what I mean? So long story short, he felt some kind of way about that. He didn't say it, but I know he felt some kind of way about that. Before all this, I put in an order. Because, again, you know, me trying to support black businesses and stuff like that, and I see it was kind of struggle for him early. I put in an order for some t-shirts. Man, this is the thing right here. All right, so I got the t-shirts back. I didn't even, me myself, I didn't put those t-shirts in the front end. You know what I mean? I didn't put them in the, like, as a priority because they were my t-shirts. You know, I want to make sure that other stuff got prioritized over, even though I was a paying customer. You know what I mean? I paid flat out everything, just, you know, no deposit, no nothing. Flat out. When we had got the shirts, we didn't even get all of our youth. We didn't get none of the youth shirts that we had ordered. All right. And that was 200 shirts. And I'm not going to go into details. All right. I'm going to just say that we missed opportunities to make money from those shirts. All right. We missed opportunities to make money from those shirts because when it came to print them in a timely fashion, again, I was the printer. If I left it to them, they wouldn't, leaving it to them, they never got printed. So the shirts that got printed, I printed them. Long story short, I was trying to get up there to the shop to finish printing the shirts before Juneteenth. He go into a whole spiel about me using another screen. Fuck it, charge me for the screen. Me using ink. What do you mean me using ink? You know what I mean? They make no sense. The shirts being stored at the place for over a year. That means absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, he returned shirts with no prints on them. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, let me go show. Let me go show. Like, Pete, I got 2 big ass boxes. 2 big ass boxes. No prints. I thought, and they was taped up like they was printed and done. All right. The boxes was taped up like they were printed and done. I got 2 big ass boxes. Mind you, I paid for everything. I paid for everything. So where, you know what I mean? We were talking about doing business and stuff. All right. So this is a black business too that I've supported, that I brought other businesses to this company. You know what I mean? Where I brought other businesses to this company, schools, people, individuals to him. All right. Where does it say that I need to explain to him why he's jerking me? Because some people feel like they talking about we need to get a mediator to talk this out. I'm like, what the fuck do we need to talk about? He can either pay me back my money for what he did and take these bum ass shirts. I don't even want him to I don't even want his services. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to talk about at this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it though. You know what I mean? It's no worries off my back. At the end of the day, I just know that God, you know what I mean? God has allowed us to get to this point, you know, because we've done good, and we're gonna continue to do good at the end of the day, period. So when y'all do little shit like this, you know, it's a little sweat off my eyebrow, you know what I mean? Gonna bounce back 10 times as hard, but it's I feel sorry for y'all at the end of the day, because y'all got babies and y'all got families y'all's trying to build, you know, with these ethics, with this bullshit, you know. So saying all that to say, you know, that's one business, you know what I mean? The print company. If y'all seen me tapped in and said something about it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna put his name out there because I don't want nobody even look him up to try to, you know what I mean, even give his analytics on his website or on his page any kind of ticks. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. And at the end of the day, is I look at how I would do somebody. You know what I mean? And for somebody to, And I mean, again, there's folks who's in the middle of it, folks who I brought them to his business. Feel like I need to give him some kind of explanation. What do I need to explain? I don't know what I need to explain. Really, you know what I mean? I was a business customer. The business was shit. That printing business was shit. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna just say that, you know what I mean? Because I've seen him take a whole lot of stuff personal. I've seen him do a whole lot of faulty shit with different people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it ain't gonna work. It was a lesson learned. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that lesson. All right. One business down. Only took 20 minutes. Second business, moving company. Look, I'm gonna just say this right here. If I go into business, if I go on, I'm gonna just say this. If I open up and start me a moving company, I will have a truck. Period. Period. All right. Period. This is me fucking with the homies. You know what I mean? I see the homies doing businesses and trying to start something new after they been, you know what I mean, in a position. You know what I mean? Like that stagnant position. You know, your hustle it's not going any further than what it is. You know what I mean? So I see them trying to do something else. All right. So I'm like, man, I'm proud of that shit. I see your hustle. You know, you trying to do something else. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of that shit. So I'm trying to support that. But again, this is that good heart shit. You know what I mean? So with the moving company, I had just moved my family out to Texas, so I needed to move my stuff into a store. So I had called the homie who got a moving company. You know what I mean? And it's you know what I mean? Long story short, you know, I've went to him every move that I've had. You know what I mean? Every move that I've had, you know, just cause I'm like, shit, that's the homie. I'm gonna fuck with him, period. We grew up together type of shit. I'm gonna make sure if I go to anybody, it's gonna be him. If anybody who I know is moving, I'm gonna send him to work. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just now hearing that he's been doing other people bad too. So I'm saying this. All right. Before I moved to Texas, he had called me 7:00 in the morning, the day of the move, and told me that he couldn't get a truck. Mind you, I have to be out of that. I have to be out of there by that day. We fly out the next day. I have to be out of there by that day. There is no tomorrow. There is no when you can do it. When the customers say they need something done, that's on that day, not when you want to, not when you can come back around and do it. Not it doesn't work like that. All right. So he tell me, shit, if you can find a truck, I can still do the move. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit, this is early, bright and early. Nothing's open right now. You know what I mean? So I'm already been up packing and shit like that. You know what I mean? Still packing. So I get out. I find a storage unit. I find a truck. All right. All right. I find the truck. Originally, it's gonna pay me like he's gonna charge me like $280. I believe it was, you know what I mean? But then he had got the truck and said, okay, it's gonna be $170. You know what I mean? Hooked it up type of thing. I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So they working. Boom. Boom. They working. It's 2 hours in. They still working. Boom. They had to go drop the truck off, come back and reload. They working. Boom. About 5 hours in. He like, damn, bro, You know, I can sense the energy. You know what I mean? Like these niggas is, it's like, damn, we out here for 5 hours already, and we only getting 170 for this. You know what I mean? Like I can feel that energy. All right. Um, so he came back around and told me, like, man, this is 5 hours worth of work. You think you can pay the you know, what do you say, the 280? And I'm like, you know what, is no thing, you know what I mean? So long story short, I paid him 400. I paid him 400. All right. Like, thank you for the bad business. Thank you for the, you know what I mean? Here's 400. All right. We're going to let that sit for a while. Just so y'all can understand the type of nigga that I am. We're going to let that sit. He charged me 170. He didn't provide the truck. This is the moving company. And I still paid him 400 for the move. I just need to get out there. I appreciated them still. You know what I mean? So coming back from Texas, called the same homie. I'm like, okay, man. All right. Called him again. He already knew what it was and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just the Texas move had me move stuff back, kept moving stuff back and back. So I made sure I was tapped in with him though. Let him know, like, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna be back in town until then, but we can move it here. You know what I mean? So long story short, when I moved back into the city, when I came back into the city, I let him know, like, okay, we on for this move again. You know what I mean? And the day before the move, he had asked me, we still good for the move? I'm like, yeah, that's a bet. The evening before the move, because that was like the evening of the move, he had hit me and was like, I can't get the truck. I said, not a fucking again. Not a fucking again, Phillip. What the fuck? Again, so at this point, you know, the first time I was calling the other movers who I know got, you know what I mean, who I know is credible, you know what I mean, the other homies, you know what I mean, James and Phil, you know what I mean, I know they solid as the fuck. If anybody need any moves, shit, go through them, you know what I mean, around the clock movers with James and Phil, they gonna take care of you. I know that they their business ethics is where the fuck it should be. You know, they take care of the business, period. All right. Go ahead and holler at James and Phil, around the clock movers. You know what I mean? Cause even at the last minute, he was like, hey P, let me know. I got you. If you need somebody, I got you. You know what I mean? But that was, so I get back into town and he pulled it again. So I'm like, not again. So at the time, James and Phil, they was like, man, I can tell. He was like, I can tell you right now, we completely booked. And I was like, at the time I just couldn't think straight. You know what I mean? I couldn't think at all. So that day I'm in my motherfucking truck, trying to move stuff by myself. You know what I mean? I mean, all morning type of thing. And I'm, lifting big shit, putting shit all up in my car and stuff, packing it as tight as I can, making 7-8 trips back and forth. I mean, this is me by myself. All right. Cause I'm this is me by myself. You know what I mean? This is me not thinking straight, knowing I got a whole bunch of people that I know I can call at the, you know what I mean? That'll be like, okay, come on, let's do it. Me not thinking straight. Me just like, man, fuck. You know what I mean? So at the end, it gets to the big shit that I can't put in my truck. The homie hit me up. It was like, I got my cousin. He used to work for a moving company. I'm like, man, please, can you hit him? So they come through and they grab the rest of my stuff. All right. It take them a cool little while to get the rest of that stuff. But mind you, all right, my bed frame broken, my entertainment system broken, my filing cabinet broken, and I didn't even realize that it was left in a truck. So I didn't even look in the truck when I took it back. You know what I mean? I didn't even look in the truck when I took it back. I just dropped the truck off because I was done with. I was tired of shit, and boom, I just realized I didn't have my filing cabinet when I was trying to put together my dining room table because my screws was in the filing cabinet. Dining room table. I was getting ready to toss that, but then they like, well, you can just the homie Ronald, he was like, you can just take that up to Home Depot, take the leg, you know what I mean, and let them know, like, boom, all right. But I'm like, shit, I got to go through all this. So it comes back around to if the original movers. And then the thing is how they put it out there, like this is a little weed business. Like I'm coming to them asking them for some weed. And they like, nah, I ain't got no weed. Shit, you can, you know what I mean? Like, nah, nigga, this ain't no little weed business. You can't just treat your customers like, oh, I'll go ahead and do what you fuck do. You know what I mean? I can't do it, so whatever the fuck. Like, nah, you can't. This is a business. This is your reputation. You won't get no more business out of me. I learned. And then he gonna hit me like I need to talk to somebody with a vision. This is after he done jerked me twice. He's gonna text me and ask me if I can talk because he needs to talk to somebody with some vision, with a vision. Mind you, when he started this moving company, he came to me. I helped him get signed up with the IRS. I helped him put his paperwork through with the easy form and shit like that. Got the website, social medias and shit. We locked in over 30 years. You do somebody else like that, and the thing is, the first time he did it, I had told him, I'm like, you know what, this is safe. You can make these kind of mistakes with me. You know what I mean? Because I'm the homie type of thing. You can fuck up with me. But nigga, don't fuck up. Period. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that to say, like, if you're gonna do business, man, do business. Like, do it for real. Don't half-ass business. You know, if you're gonna do business, do it like you would do it with these, like you doing it right now for them white folks. You know what I mean? Like, y'all crazy how y'all just do shit. This shit is ass backwards. Like, like y'all will really show up on time for some white folks, but you won't put that same energy into your own shit. I'm not and you know, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I try to take every opportunity that I can to learn something new about myself or about just anything, period. All right. I'm saying that to say too, with my style, with my leadership style, I'm not the overbearing, micromanaging type of nigga. You know what I mean? I like to see people do boss shit, meaning that if there's something that needs to be done, do it. If you have an idea that you know is gonna hit, do it. Bring it in, do it. I ain't gonna stop you. You know, Malcolm is for the community. If there's a way that, like, if the community bring an idea to Malcolm, we ain't gonna say no. We ain't gonna say, I'm gonna first be like, well, let me run it by my board, but then I'm gonna see if I actually need to run it by my board, which 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna need to. And then I'm gonna just be like, go ahead and do that shit. Let me know how I can support you. I'm not gonna do y'all's work for y'all. Phillip is not gonna do y'all's work for y'all. And the thing is, with this here Malcolm, you know, we in a very good position. Thank God. You know, again, I thank God every day just for allowing Um, just for allowing me to serve, for choosing me to serve, because you could have chose anybody. He chose me to serve. All right. And I thank God just because of the fact, we bringing in the right people. We doing the right things. Um, and at the same time, too, niggas game tight. You know what I mean? My peep game is strong. I don't know if y'all know this. I don't know if y'all like people they try to stay in they folks, there's some folks who are always in the I want to try to see how I can get up on him, or how I can, use him to come up myself, or how I can, you know what I mean, like finesse. Like you can't. The thing is, I'm saying all that to say, with this here Malcolm thing, I let my staff know, like, look, we got the funds to pay y'all now. We have the funds to pay y'all. Keep your spot. Keep your spot. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the week, if you can't show me what these 40 hours is going to, that's not how you keep in your spot. If you just gonna talk to me about what you doing with these 40 hours, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit every week. If you can't show me why I'm paying you 80 hours for 2 weeks, let me see what these 80 hours is, what this investment is looking like. I do want to see that. I like to see investments. We ain't just paying to be paying. We got funds now, but we ain't just paying to be paying. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that to say too, like black folks, there's a problem. There is a problem. I don't know if we see it or if we accept it as a problem, but there is a problem when it comes to us as a whole. Like, some of us just want to lay up and expect the world to be given to us and not have to go out there and get it. Some of us are bums, don't want to work for it. Y'all just like to play with y'all's nose. I don't like base heads. I'm telling y'all, I don't like working with base heads. If you play with your nose, you a base head. I don't care how. If you think it's a social drug, whatever the fuck, you and your social clan, all y'all some motherfucking base heads. Some young dumbass base heads. Don't make no sense for y'all to be playing with y'all's nose. That shit is stupid. And then y'all walk around with the residue around y'all nose and shit like that. Like, oh man, that shit hurt me. First time I had to tell the homie, like, man, you got some shit right there. That shit shocked the fuck out of me. Like, I had no idea. Shocked the fuck out of me. Whew. Phillip don't like base heads. I come from a family history of abusers. All right. They abused every drug that I got an addictive personality. All right. My family, my dad, he drank himself to death. I got alcoholism in my blood. That's why I don't drink. I don't do any other drugs outside of weed. I have an addictive personality. I will OD on shit. I will shit. I need to get higher. I can't, I don't, I refuse. I refuse. I'm scared of other drugs. I never played with my nose. I never done anything else outside of weed, to my recollection. But don't try to finesse good people because God won't allow it. And do good business. That's it. That's all I'm gonna leave you with. You know what I mean? That is all I'm gonna leave y'all with. All right, I ain't got nothing else. Shit. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else for y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all mac them out there. Peace.